Hello, I'm Autumn, and today I'm going to be taking you through 3 different eye looks. I'm going to start with a basic beginner application, and then I'll build off of that for an intermediate application, which I'll build off of that, and finally end with an advanced application. Today I'm going to be using the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I do think it's a really versatile palette, and a beginner or advanced makeup user, I think anyone would enjoy this palette. I'm going to do my best to take you through step by step so you can see how I achieved each look. Alright, thanks for watching and let's get started. For those of you that don't really know where to begin with makeup and you're trying to develop your makeup skills, sometimes it can be overwhelming where to start and what products to use. So I have a couple other eyeshadow palettes that I would recommend for beginners to invest in, because as you grow your confidence and grow your skills, these palettes can grow with you. So obviously the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette that I'll be using today, but also the Lorac Pro. This is their original one. This is a great basic shadow. The top row is all mattes, the bottom row is shimmers. And then also the Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is going to be a great one as well. It has a good combination of mattes and shimmers, and ranges from really light to really dark. So those are just a few that I would recommend. Okay, here is the beginner eye look. I only used 4 colors. A cream matte color and put it all over from brow bone to lid as the base. And then I took a light to medium matte color and worked that in the crease as a transition color. I took a light shimmery color, put it all over the lid. Took that same medium transition color and just put it down under my lash line. And then I chose to do a highlight color in my inner corner. And I'll show you how I did it. First, I'll be using Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer. An eyeshadow primer is going to give a smooth surface and also a little bit of tackiness for your eyeshadow to stick to, for the full pigment to come through and to last all day. Then I'll be taking the white chocolate cream matte color, and I'm just going to put that from my brow bone to my lid. Really is just a smooth base. Then the transition color is going to be Salted Caramel. This color just pick up with a fluffy blending brush, and at first you're going to just work it into your crease. That is where the majority of the color is going to be, right in that crease. And then I always concentrate on the outer corner. So once the majority of that product is deposited, then you can work on blending it up higher on the brow bone, like higher above the crease, up onto your brow bone. So I just go back and forth with windshield wiper motions. Blending is, you just never can get enough. And then if you overblend, you can use a sponge to kind of clean up that area. For the lid color, I'm taking Marzipan, applying it right to the lid. There I'm using a flat brush, but I'm going to go in and use my finger because you can actually sometimes get more pigment with your finger. Going back in with Salted Caramel just to blend a little bit more. and white chocolate just right under the brow, just to kind of make sure everything's smooth and blended. Then champagne truffle, I'm just going to dot in my inner corner. I just like doing this because it adds, a little bit of, it lightens the area up, adds a little bit of shimmer. I'm taking salted caramel under the lash line. So I'm not doing eyeliner, I just did a little bit of shadow under the lash line. And then mascara. That is so simple and takes probably 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, this is the intermediate look that I did. I darkened the crease color. I also did a more intense lid color. I did eyeliner with eyeshadow on the top and bottom, and then I did more highlighting on the brow bone and inner corner. I also did a more precise brow, and I darkened the brow color to a darker, cool ashy color. And then I changed my lip color to a matte nude lipstick. So now I'll show you how I did it. To darken my crease, I'm going to go in with the brown semi-sweet. I'm just going to go right over the top of where the salted caramel is. Deepen up my crease, get a more definition, darken the look. I'm not picking up more product, I'm just taking the brush that I use salted caramel on just to blend out so there's no harsh lines, and make sure there's like a just dark to light as it goes up on the brow bone. Now on the lid, I'm putting creme brulee. I'm just putting this right on top of marzipan. For hot chocolate, I'm going to darken up the outer third of my eye. Oh, I had a little bit of fallout where the eyeshadow falls down on like your cheekbones. So I just cleaned that up, and I'm putting the hot chocolate under my lash line as well. I am taking the semi-sweet brown with a flat brush and just putting it right by my lash line for a soft liner. It takes several tries to build it up and get the shadow to look as dark as I wanted it, but it's definitely a way to define your eyes without using a crayon liner. Going back in with white chocolate just to kind of clean up anything. I decided I wanted to blend some more. Now I'm taking champagne truffle just to highlight right on top of my brow and my inner corner. Another coat of mascara. Here I am just doing my brows, defining the bottom of my brows and going in with a little bit darker. When I did the beginner look, I just did a real light blonde, real fast application. So now I did a ashy darker color for my brow. Okay, this is the final look, and it's definitely dramatic. This is something that I personally would not wear very often. It would just be for fun, if I had a special event to go to, or really just to play around. Makeup is fun for me, and I just like to be creative with different looks. So again, there is no right or wrong. If this is someone's everyday makeup, then more power to them. What I did is I darkened up the crease even more. I used liquid liner. I winged it out, and then I used a crayon eyeliner to do the rim of my waterline and tightline under my top lashes. I added false lashes, and then I just defined my brows just a little bit more with a pomade. And that's about it, and I'll show you everything I did. I'm going in with the dark brown triple fudge color. It's the darkest color in the palette, and I don't have very much on my brush, and I'm trying to blend it just as soft and smooth as possible. I'm taking the gold color creme brulee and putting it on my lid. Now this is a Rimmel black eyeliner, and I am doing my waterline. So above your bottom lashes, that little rim, that's your waterline. And I actually had to look away and do my waterline close up in a mirror for me to get it as dark as I wanted to. Now I'm tightlining. I'm so sorry that looks so scary. It's just that rim on your top lash. Now I'm taking Physicians Formula liquid eyeliner pen, starting off with a really thin application. I like to do thin as possible, and then I will build up a thicker line and then do the wing. I already messed up. I didn't really, since I was looking into my phone, I didn't do it in my normal spot. If I would have left it like this, it actually would have been just fine. But what you don't see is that I wiped that wing off and had to blend out my eyeshadow a little bit more, and then I started over on my wing. So here's my second wing, and now I'm just trying to get the wings as symmetrical as possible. Honestly, you can become really obsessed with this, and I promise when your full face of makeup is done, no one is going to notice if your wings are just slightly different. But I am just going back, making, it longer, thicker, just to make a match as best as I can. Now I'm taking Ardell Wispy's lashes. I would have used a thicker, bolder lash, but that's all I had at the moment. I let the lash glue dry for about a minute before I put it on my lashes. If you put your lashes on when your glue is too wet, it's just a mess. So definitely let it dry until it becomes really tacky. And then I just take tweezers, hold it in the spot where I want it as close to the lash line as possible. And then when it is glued down a little bit, I take my tweezers and just squeeze them together. So I'm trying to fuse it with my natural lashes. Still just squeezing it, trying to get it as one with my lash line as possible. After the glue dried, I'm going back in with the liquid liner just to cover, that lash band as best as possible. Just darkening things up when applying the lashes. The eyeliner on my waterline just came off a little bit, so I did some more. Another coat of mascara. More of the Champagne Truffle, Inner Corner, and Brow Bone. Now I'm taking a Benefit brow pomade, and this is actually my favorite way to do my brow when I'm doing a full coverage or full face of makeup, is I do the pomade. I think it's the perfect color. It has a little bit of waxiness to it to make my brows stay in place. I darkened up the waterline again, last minute touch-ups, and that is it. Thanks for watching.